It is officially one piece now, my brother. That piece you printed was really nice. I didn't have to do too much to even it up. There is a slight bump on the bottom there, but once it's paint and everything on it, you'll never see it. I do still have to do some more prep work, but it's coming along. It's coming along for sure. Of course, I've been working on this. I chose to eliminate the line there. I don't know why. I might simulate it later, but another sanding, and this is ready for paint as well. What's up, creepers? Oh, sugar buns. I'm knocking things over already. What's up, creepers? And geekers. Chris the Atari Creep. How's everyone doing today? Remember this fucking guy? Remember this? I know a lot of you do. And a lot of cats who aren't even subscribed. I swear, at least twice a month I'll get a message or a comment saying, when the fuck are you going to return to the 45 Longslide with laser sighting? And I guess now's the time. You got to understand when it comes to creating my art, props, or whatever you want to call this stuff, I'm selfish with it. And if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to make it. And if I'm not feeling it, you ain't going to see it. End of story. And I apologize zero for that. I don't give two fucks about feelings when it comes to that. But I'm feeling it. So let's get this thing finished. It's actually been sitting over there on a chair for the past however many months. So you just saw a slideshow where we're at. You got to understand also, sometimes I'll just grab things and just start going without thought to anything around me or even documenting it. So I did take a bunch of pictures, and it was originally for my buddy Mike of Irmo Custom Models. And more importantly, the reason I did that is because he supplied me with a whole bunch of goodies to get this thing looking great. So let's recap what we got going on here, and I will absolutely link the other videos in the comments or in the show notes down below. I will also, hopefully at the end card, get you to part 1. And if you just want to skip to that first, by all means, go ahead. But this was a 1911 Colt 45 plastic toy I got off of eBay. It was like one of those yellow and blue jobs. They were prolific back then. I don't know if they're still available, but they were only like 10, 12 bucks. So it started off as a standard 1911. And my buddy Mike of Irmo Custom Models decided to do the same thing, and he modeled and 3D printed a whole bunch of parts for this thing and just gave them to me. He was just like, here's for your project, because he's one of those, I like to encourage, projects, creativity, and all that stuff. Really good dude. We used to go back and forth. We built the Blade Runner blaster together. He did his on his channel, I did mine on my channel, and it was cool. So far I have affixed the extension and blended it for the most part. Blending is it's a if you have instant gratification, it's not the project for you. Especially since this was 3D printed. The first thing I had to do was get rid of the print lines, and then I affixed it to it, and now I'm still working on the seams. You start with, this is a filler primer, a 2-part automotive filler primer, and I work exclusively with that because it helps hide so much in so little work. But then all this kind of rust color. This is Bondo spot glazing putty. Get it in a tube, stinks really bad. Ventilation and maybe even a mask when working with it. And you just go back and forth. Sand, spray. You get the deal. Before I did any of this, I sprayed the interior of it. Was just like a silver. It's not meant to look good, but it's meant to make things easier later. I'm going to repaint that, but that way I don't have to worry about a sharp yellow. The barrel, I believe, was yellow line, because you will always get that if you mask things off. So I take care of the interior, whether you just do black to hide things or whatever, give it depth. But regardless, you do want to do that before you put things back together and start working on it. Seams were all over this place. All over the place on this thing. Still working on it. We're still working on it. Gotta figure out this crap right here. He also 3D printed this job. I can't remember what this piece was called. I remember buying a custom one for a Kimba I used to carry. I carried a custom Pro Carry 2 for a number of years before I decided not to carry it anymore because of mental health reasons. So I gotta work on that a little bit. It is thicker than the other one. I don't know what he was basing it off of. I don't think Mike knows a lot about firearms. But I left it that way only because of the length, and I didn't want too much of the barrel sticking out. I could have cut the barrel and then flushed it after making this thinner, but it is what it is. I'm not looking for 100% accuracy. I don't care about that. I really don't. These things may come from a specific universe, but when I build them, they're from my universe. This will still function. It came with like rubber bullets. I'm going to paint them to look real, and we'll eventually get this to look less plasticky, and it still locks in, no problem. You still have your action, but it's not going to fire. I did lock this because I needed to do the seams and everything, and I don't know. I just chose not to make it functional. More parts that he 3D printed was this. This was 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 pieces. And you can see we still have a little bit of a seam line here. I got to round this off a little bit on each edge. I accidentally filled in the seam right here. There's supposed to be a seam between this piece here and the rest of the laser sighting. This is a laser sighting from the early 80s. Can you imagine that? Gee whiz, look at how big this friggin' thing is. Between the original Terminator and Friday the 13th Part 6, I thought laser sightings were always going to be a giant problem. Turns out they're not. They're little problems now. So we have that as well. I mean, this is one of the grips it came with. This is interesting. I made this. See, I like taking real world objects and making them work for my projects. I didn't mean to make that rhyme. This was a scraper. It was a window scraper. It kind of had that curve already. So I cut it up, shaped it, added a few things. And as you can tell, it definitely needs a lot of love. See, you can see where the ribs were for the scraper. Mike 3D printed this in 1, 2, and 3 pieces. We need to clean that up a little bit. Ooh, excuse me. This was a piece from a Nerf gun, I believe. I can't remember. But yeah, so we got that affixed to the grip. I will put this all together just so you can see what it looks like as a whole right now. So I think what I might do is, let me know in the comments, you want to see me finish this in the next video or this? I mean, we could do both. But I don't know if I want to make these videos that long. You know, people don't have an attention span anymore because, shut up. That's why. So that's where we stand so far. Just a lot of like little work to get it going. There's still a lot more. I don't even think I'm probably 35% the way there. So give me a moment here. Let me put this together for you. Give you a visual representation of what it could look like as far as, you know with the primer and everything on it. And I hope you're excited to be, I guess, watching this again. Following along is, I guess, the words I was trying to find. You'll have to excuse me. I'm still drinking my morning coffee, so half awake. And you know me, I'm not fucking good at this. So I'm going to put it together kind of here for you. And, yeah, we'll see you in the next... I hate when people say that. I'll see you in the next video. No, you won't. They'll see you, but I won't see you. You'll see me. You get what I'm saying. I got to be very delicate here. So if I remember correctly, that is supposed to go there. And I probably will... Oh, shoot, that's coming apart. See, here's the thing. Mike actually modeled this whole piece afterwards in 3D print, and I told him no, I didn't want it. I don't know, maybe I'll throw him a few bucks and have him ship me out one. But no, I'm going to make this one work. I'm going to make this one work. Mike, no ideas, bro. Because if I work my ass off on this and then this shows up on my door, I'm going to lose my shit. I'm going to totally lose it. But you get the idea what's going on here. I will eventually affix this down so it's static. The only problem is you see the laser sighting lifts up a little bit. I will be grinding this down because it's not accurate. I will not be making an accurate trigger. But there you go. I will not be putting a laser in here. That was an idea for a little while, and I was going to use this as the button. You know, But I am choosing not to do that. It's going to be a static prop. I don't mind static props. So I hope you're excited to continue following me on this journey here. I'm excited to get it done. And we'll display this with... I'm hoping to come up with a whole Terminator display. I got a whole bunch of the 91 Kenner T800 endoskeletons. I have a 1/6 scale one. I have one that's like in the 5.5 to 6 inch scale, you know, He-Man style fucking thing. I don't know. And of course we have the endo skull, the 1-to-1 endo skull that we built here on the channel. I have a whole playlist. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll put in the end cards the video for part 1, and underneath that the playlist for all my Terminator related videos. There's bubblegum cards, there's builds. I think we talk about future projects like that anime that's going to be coming out here pretty soon. And either way, I am super excited, and I think it's the perfect time because of that Netflix show that will be coming out. I hope it's Netflix anyway. Guys, thank you always so much for watching. I apologize for not being able to articulate very well. If you watched my last video when I was asking about modern gaming, I was struggling to speak then too. I'm almost 100%. But until then, guys, I hope you're doing well. Go ahead and leave me feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down. It's all positive to me. And until next time, take care. Creep it real. And bye-bye. Now for the cliche. With this project, I'll be back. Fucking stupid. Have a great day, guys. Take care.